2.1.
Now an experienced team, this fighting in their 4th wars, never won a heat though.
So your machine is iron ore, I believe?
That's correct.
And what does iron ore do?
It has a full power flipper and a full power axe. They both operate in approximately 1/10 of a second, so you can't actually see it with the naked eye.
Are you stronger with the flipper or stronger with the axe?
We're pretty strong with both of them.
Equally
yeah.
as good as each other?
Yeah.
A wedge with an axe and flipper, improved mobility and lower ground clearance this time, can penetrate 4mm steel, but it has a history of flying out of the arena, which isn't a help.
Roboteers, stand by.
To the teams then, Niels de Carpentier and Richard van der Berg of Hammerhead 2 on the left-hand side, Iron Ore, and the Grims with Ian Bilbo on the right. Xenomorph there, captained by Jeff Flitton on the left, and DisConstructor, Mike James and Laurie Phillipson. In the arena, Sir Killalot, alongside our house robot there, Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, Iron Ore has bags of experience, crosses the arena floor, looking for damage and chasing the Refbot. Interesting shape DisConstructor, isn't it? With that circular saw blade sort of hanging out in front. Xenomorph as well looks quite potent. Flipped up though was Hammerhead. Bounces down DisConstructor with a little nudge on the back of Xenomorph, which has got itself tied up in underneath Hammerhead too, and needs to self-right from there. The Dutch team from Delft about to be shattered, it would seem, unless they can self-right. Trying. Oh, into the pit goes DisConstructor. No danger whatsoever. Oh, what on earth happened, Mike Phillipson? Suddenly the pit yawned open underneath them and they were down. Iron Ore hooks onto Hammerhead. And the team from Delft feeling quite blue, I would imagine. But turning away now and chasing Sergeant Bash back into the CPZ, the corner patrol zone. There you can see Niels, driver builder, a network engineer by trade, and who created Hammerhead 2, pursuing Xenomorph. For me, it would be Iron Ore, certainly at this stage, because they've been the more aggressive and the more experienced, the more stylish, if it goes to a judge's decision. And one from the other two. There, the potential destructiveness of Iron Ore. Do you see the axe there? Pinned into Xenomorph's exo-frame, bouncing it away. You're talking about lifting a 95 kilos robot there. Just to give you some sense of the weight of these machines. Iron Ore 2 scuttles across the arena floor, bounces off that sidewall, dodges Sergeant Bash. It's a Killalot, mean and squat looking, waiting permission to come out of that CPZ. It's all very tense and tight here now. Iron Ore, the little front flipper, rises. The axe comes down, pins onto Xenomorph. You can see Xenomorph has taken some damage around the hubs, some denting, some bashing. Oh, Iron Ore tries to flip Sir Killalot, and very nearly did so, and Sergeant Bash comes out and has a little reminder, do not take on my troop, son. Extra square bashing for you, Iron Ore. Waits to get a little axe blow. What on earth is that? What on earth is that? Where has that come from? Iron Ore is okay. Xenomorph is pushed. Hammerhead 2.
Cease.
It's not Killalot's teeth, is it? Certainly took a bashing. Who goes through? It's up to the judges.
And the judges have made their decision. No controversy, really. They've gone for Iron Ore and Hammerhead!
Iron Ore,
Yes.
you are facing bigger brother. They are the number 4th seed in the 7th Wars. How are you feeling?
We always get a difficult second round. This is no exception. However, we have fought bigger brother before. We know they're a good robot. We have, on occasion, beaten them, so we know they can be beaten. And we have the weaponry to do it.
What is going to be your tactics? How are you going to get to that machine? Because it's pretty powerful, it's pretty tough.
Well, our axe will go through 4mm steel. He's only got 1.5mm steel and
Nice.
a little bit of polycarbonate, which we can also go through. So if we can hit him in the right place, he'll be dead.
Iron Ore 2.1.
Warring words spoken by Gilbert Grimm, Robert Grimm and Ian Bilbo.
Bigger Brother.
Such a worthy machine. And Joe Watts, who's now 10, and has been one of the stars and characters over the years of Robot Wars with Dad Ian and sister Ellie, who's 8 now.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots for this second round clash, Matilda does duty. And alongside our matriarch of mayhem, her old pal and beau, Shunt.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
We live in a strange Robot Wars world. After all, Iron Ore and Bigger Brother. Dancing, rather. Iron Ore's axe will cause no damage like that. Bigger Brother's flipper will! Iron Ore over self-rising. Oh, great start! Close up to the ref cam. Ref, get out of there, ref. But, oh, brilliant stuff. Iron Ore up on its side. Bigger Brother chasing. Terrific battle. That's what Robot Wars is all about. Stack 'em and pack 'em, rack 'em and flip 'em, and Bigger Brother are out! The seeds have gone! Oh no! Ellie's almost in tears!
Cease.
He was fast, furious, frantic. Bigger Brother got the first flip in. Iron Ore didn't like it. Self-righted, bashed, bullied. Up against the ref bot, in the air. It was tremendous stuff, wasn't it? Pound for pound, second by second, one of the most frantic, thrilling fights I think we've seen in a long while on Robot Wars, and that was the moment when the 4 seeds went out. That's a surprise.
Well, the place is in uproar, an absolute shock. The 4th seed, Bigger Brother, flipped out of the arena. Iron Ore goes storming on. You've always done quite awfully, really.
Yeah.
That's the best win you've ever had, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what happened was...
Me and my mate Denzel
Pemberthy, he couldn't get here, so Rob had to drive, and he had to just put him out of the arena.
It was a good shot.
It was a brilliant shot. It was one of those things. We knew that it would be us or them, and it had to be something quick because you can't mess about with these people. We have fought each other before. They've beaten us. We have beaten them on an occasion. Now we've beaten them twice, and this was the important one.
Well done, guys. You're through to the heat final.
Yep. We're going to go all the way.
Typhoon or Hammerhead? Who would you want to fight? Who do you want to avoid?
We'll take whoever comes. We don't mind. We'll take them both if you like.
Axe or flipper? What's the tactic going to be against them?
Again, it depends which one. If we've got Typhoon, then we'll just flip it over because it's got no self-righting mechanism. And if we've got Hammerhead, it'll be probably the axe or flip them out again, whichever.
You see, Joe. You see, he gets one win. And he turns all cocky, doesn't he? You didn't get cocky when you were winning, did you?
No.
Tell him humility. Say humility to him.
Humility!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Iron Ore!
You are in the finals. Is this the furthest you've ever come in the wars?
It is, yes. We've always had tough second rounds in the wars. It's normally us just flying out of the arena. This time we were able to turn the tables. We've now got another very hard battle coming up. Very destructive robots, so we've just got to be aware and do whatever we can.
Good luck.
Iron Ore 2.1.
Can they go one step further then for Gilbert and Robert Grimm and Ian Bilbo there with them?
Typhoon 2.
The secret military weaponry. Piloting Corporal Gary Cairns there on the left-hand side of the weaponry. Sergeant Graham Horn and Flying Officer Peter Bennett gives his tactics. There's Shunt in the arena for the House Robots. top of shunt anyway. Refbot in the middle. And Sir Killalot waiting to get into the action. Eyes repaired, thank you.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Iron Ore is turning away, and that has allowed Typhoon 2 to get up to its full spinning. Goodness me, look at that! Earlier on, it wasn't spinning as fiercely as this. Typhoon 2 is really getting up ahead of steam here. Oh! Iron Ore bashed away, crashed away, still moving. Electronics still activated. 2 800-watt motors on board Iron Ore. Typhoon 2 slams and spins away. It's moving in a blur. Up to 18 miles an hour across the arena floor. Ah! Iron Ore, dizzy. What can they do here? Robert Grimm driving, helped to design the machine. The flipper's not going to work. The flipper buckled. Look at that. That flipper's not going to work again. Iron Ore really up against it. Typhoon 2 gives chase. The pit releases. Just smashed. I'm frightened. I'll line up in the commentary booth. The pit release somehow activated. Iron Ore, look at that. Buckled wide open. Typhoon 2 thankfully slowing. See how quickly it takes it to get up to a full head of steam again, shall we? I'm impressed, very impressed. He's worried, very worried. And you would be, wouldn't you? Yeah, already spinning. You can't see the words, Typhoon 2, they're lost in a blur. Iron Ore, get down that pit. Save yourself. Typhoon 2 comes in again. And in this Robot Wars dogfight, Iron Ore, you have bandits at, where are they? 4 or 5 o'clock high. There's Sergeant Graham Horn, 17 years of age, looking on. As Iron Ore has slowed to a halt, and Typhoon 2 are not coming in for the kill here. This is interesting. They know they've done their job. They're conserving energy. They are being sporting about it all and leaving the ref bot to do the maths. That was massively impressive. Watch out for Typhoon 2 in the series semi-finals, because they are through. Awesome it was, but not from Iron Ore. Sir Killalot tinkers. We have a tailor-made pit. Iron Ore, a Robot Wars soldier. It is not a sailor that goes through. The Edinburgh Air Cadets are in the series semi-final. And they were cooking on gas.
Cease.
Iron Ore withstood. Typhoon 2 prefers a microwave, obviously. Down came the cooker.
Well, it's taken over the mantle of Hypnodisc. Typhoon spinning to the series semi-finals! Well, Iron Ore talk me through it.
The problem we had is there was just no traction out there. We just could not get across to them quick enough.
So you're trying to get in there before they span up?
We had to get to them before they span up. We knew that once they got up to speed, they could, as they did, break us.
They obliterated you?
Well, yeah, they did a little bit of damage.
They're scraping your robot off the ground now.
No, that's the washing machine.
It's coming out in plastic bags.
No problem.
Look after yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, what a robot, what a sport, Iron Ore! Now it's time for tonight's special event. Imagine all your favourite axe-wielding robots in the war zone together, giving it large. Yes? They slice, they hack, it's Axe Attack!
Iron Ore. Hydra. Cat 3.
I've got got the 3 team captains from Iron Ore, Cat 3 and Hydra. Now, you've all got really powerful axes. Who is going to win this, Iron Ore?
I am.
Right, why?
I have the most powerful axe, and I've just spent a lot of time putting the robot back together to take part in this competition, and I'm not doing that for nothing.
So you're angry.
Oh, I'm more than angry. I'm here to win.
He's here to win and he's angry.
Okay, well, I think we can win because we've just got the axe. These guys have got axe and flipper, which means they have to make compromises on the armour. So we've got a fully welded 5mm T4 aluminium shell, and that's tough.
Have you made compromises?
Not really. We may have not the strongest axe, but I think we're the most manoeuvrable. And if he's got the strongest axe, he's actually got to hit us first. So that's we've got to keep out of the way and attack him from the rear, preferably.
Right. We've got 3 team captains. They're all very confident. Who's going to win this axe attack? There's only one way we're going to find out. That's for you 3 to get into that arena. Go!
Yeah. Roboteers, stand by.
For the teams, Hydra, Dennis and Andrew Ledbetter on the left-hand side, Iron Ore with Gilbert and Robert Grimm and Ian Bilbo on the right, and Cat 3 represented by Keith, Georgie and Julianne Williams. Shunt is in the arena for the house robots. And also there with him, Cassius Chrome, one-eyed.
2, 1.
A battle of the axes then. Hydra is the heavier, has already fought in this, the 7th UK Robot Wars, and has been beaten. Iron Ore and Cat 3 yet to make the appearance in the domestic championship. This, don't forget, is a one-off. Try and find out who has the most powerful axe. Cat 3, a little bit of a flick of the axe, and I wonder if Iron Ore's axe has got stuck in a down position there. Very experienced, Gilbert Grimm, the engineer, Robert, the driver, Ian Bilbo in the pit crew as well. Hydra tries a little slam on Iron Ore, driving away. Cat 3 seems to be immobilised. Hydra the most effective so far, with a pneumatic axe and the hardened steel point. Also has a pneumatic flipper. Cat 3's axe is raised high. Aluminium body on the polycarbonate base. Iron Ore being lifted away. You're talking 98 kilos of machine being lifted there, wedge shaped with the axe and flipper. Very experienced machine. Just fought in 3 previous series of Robot Wars. Iron Ore standing, watching as Hydra does all the shoving here. Cat 3, not too sure is moving at all, to be honest. Fought in Robot Wars 5, Robot Wars 6. The team also had previous machines in earlier wars. Looks as if it is between Iron Ore and Hydra now, because Cat 3 there is being checked by the ref bot and counted down and counted out. Georgie, Julianne Williams and Keith, who says he's the pretty one in the team. Yeah. Iron Ore looking on as Cat 3 is counted out. Cassius Chrome with a bit of a touch on Iron Ore. Shunt misses the bash on Hydra. Good driving there from Hydra. Andrew Ledbetter, only 14 years of age. And a good shove on Shunt leaves the house robot overturned. Trying to self-right with the axe and blade, and Hydra now pushing back on Cassius Chrome. The crowd loving this. For me, Hydra's been the best in this battle of the axes. Iron Ore's in a CPZ and will need to get away. The grinning face meets the black-eyed one, Cassius Chrome. Eye bruised and battered from previous roboteering boxing matches. Cassius Chrome glares out. Hydra with a little side shot. Iron Ore needs to do something special. And to be honest, we haven't seen great use of the axes in this. Iron Ore's flipper, pneumatic of course. I'm not too sure whether axe has really worked throughout this battle. Hydra's been the better of the 2 left in. The ref bot hits the pit release. Haven't seen that thus far in this series. Maybe he's getting tired of it. Thought it had all got too tactical. Oh! And Hydra caught as the pit started to descend. How unlucky is that? And it'll leave Iron Ore the winner of the Battle of the Axes, as Cat 3 is toyed with by the house robots and Shunt tries to get to its feet. The Cat 3 team look on as the ref bot carefully positions Cat 3 for the great flying cat routine. One of its 9 lives gone.
Cease.
When the smoke clears in the war zone, it's clear to see that Iron Ore win the axe attack. You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah, oh, very much, yeah.
Shun felt a bit lonely. That's why he got stuck in. He shouldn't have, should he?
No.
He shouldn't have, should he,
shouldn't.
sir?
If he sticks his elbow in, he's got to take the consequences. Andrew here, great driving by him.
Did you do the driving, did you?
Yeah.
And you got him up, got Shunt over anyway.
Yeah,
he's
Shun
lying on his
attacked the
side.
others.
He's still on his side, actually. Look at him.
Yeah.
Looking all sorry for himself.
They ambushed us by dropping the pit without any warning.
know.
Which we felt slightly aggrieved about, but you know, there it goes.
Don't you worry, you lost to a good team, and that team are the boys from the West Country, my mate Jeffro, and Iron Ore.
What happened was, we won.
We won. And you very seldom win a thing.
That's very true, yes.
Well, nice to see you win something. You won the axe attack. Go ballistic for Iron Ore!